Hi guys, this film is called Lithium, Drinking and Eating Stimulants and Their Substitutes. And I think it's really interesting to note that one of my very great yoga teachers said to me not that long ago, he said that basically when you're kind of completely balanced, you're totally healthy, you're well on the inside and out on all levels, then you can basically drink and eat anything and your body can digest it, can cope with it really well, and you've got no imbalances that happen or created through putting that food or drink inside of you. So that is kind of something to aim for, and I'm hoping that one day I will get to that place where I can have a cup of coffee and I'm not like blown off the scale of kind of stimulation and like I go crazy for hours, or I don't know, lots of things that I don't have right now that maybe I can reintroduce later when I'm kind of have this stronger basis on the inside. So that's an aim. Now, I think it's fair to say that people on lithium have imbalances somewhere along the way. And if you're imbalanced internally with your digestion, with your mental health, then I think personally, this is my own personal opinion and through experiences, through my own experience, that I wanted to kind of try and level out my sensations or my feelings or my mood or just the way I was feeling through what I was putting in me, so that basically it's in moderation. So if I drank alcohol, it wouldn't be too much. If I drank, a coffee, it would be like a really small amount. I don't drink alcohol, I don't drink coffee, and yeah, but anyway, to move on to the actual content of this film, I'm wobbling and I'm out of practice from filming. So yeah, what I consider as a drink stimulant is coffee, black tea, any kind of black tea or kind of green tea. They've all got caffeine in. Alcohol, hot chocolate, and then obviously chocolate can be eaten. So and then the other stimulants that I want to focus on are sugar and salt, that are eaten stimulants. So there are loads and loads of alternatives to these things. I'll talk about that in a minute. And these alternatives make it really easy just to still have a varied, healthy, delicious kind of diet and the things that you can drink. So yeah, I guess for me it was just knowing that what I was putting in me wasn't completely imbalancing kind of my mood and the way I was feeling. So I just wanted to keep that a bit stable, so that I wasn't kind of all over the place and I could manage my hour or my day, or not feel really rubbish the next day. For example, alcohol, if you have too much, you're going to have a hangover. I didn't want that. I wanted to live well, healthily and happily. So also a lot of these things I've talked about can also disrupt your sleeping pattern, and if you have sleep problems or insomnia, then this is something else to consider. So let's talk about replacements or substitutes. So coffee, you can get decaffeinated coffee, and I did try it for a bit, but I find it tastes quite disgusting, and it still has a small amount of caffeine in it, and I could still kind of feel those stimulating effects from taking that, and the taste was just off-putting, so I didn't bother. You can get coffee substitutes. Some of them have guarana in it or other kind of stimulating herbs. So it depends if you still want to have a different kind of stimulant in your drink or not. Yeah, so there are things to try and test. I I used to have coffee substitutes, and then I guess it became a flavour that I didn't really need to have in my life anymore, so I don't even bother going down that route to find things that are similar to it. On the tea front, I love rooibos tea, honeybush tea. There's lots of really lovely kind of strong aromatic tisanes or herbal teas. I also love putting in like chai spices, but without the black tea. So I'll mix it with a red bush or some other flavours to kind of give it a rounded full body. And then you can put in milk or a substitute sugar. So let's talk about substitute sweetness. So there's like coconut sugar. Oh my God, there's so many different kinds of sweeteners. Maple syrup, honey, agave, stevia, that kind of birch white sugar. There's so many different alternatives out there, and our ones that we can easily get hold of here are we buy Rapadura, which is basically a really, really completely unrefined sugar. So it's kind of a bit noduly and very dark. And it's going to break up on me, so I'm going to have to do part 2. Or can I round it up really quickly? Alcohol is obviously non-alcoholic beers and wines that you can try. Instead of chocolate, I do use carob, which completely doesn't have the same flavour, but it kind of just about works in certain places. And there are